Alright, guys, welcome back. Got another breakdown for UFC Vegas 30. Another featherweight bout. This is going to be Andre Fili taking on Daniel Pineda. So, Fili's going to have a 4-inch reach advantage. He's 4 inches taller, too. But Pineda, pretty big for the division, has a pretty big frame. So, we'll see if that matters. But I'll start with Daniel Pineda. So, he's now on his second stint with the UFC. His first stint was a while ago, I think early 2010s. Let's scroll down here, see when that was. Yeah, I don't know why my laptop's spazzing out tonight, but yeah, 2013 through 14. And, not very successful. Takes a few years off, and he comes back in 2016 with Bellator, I believe, and had some pretty good wins there. Or, not wins, but his losses were good. Emmanuel Sanchez, I think, is ranked number 2 Bellator right now for featherweight. So, not bad. Then he gets on a nice little run. Gets a win with LFA. And then, really shines on PFL 2019. PFL's got awesome production value. But, yeah, he does good there. Takes out Kabulaev. He's got some good wins. Beat Herbert Burns. Somebody else good. That was his first loss for Kabulaev. And then he beats Jeremy Kennedy now with Bellator. Got a guillotine there. Finished both those fights pretty early. I don't know how much the Kabulaev fights. Like, he landed a really heavy leg kick. Pineda's got really heavy inside leg kicks, kind of like sweep the leg and then just caught him with an uppercut on the way down, and that was kind of it. Just opened up with combinations. But then both those wins get overturned due to a performance-enhancing drug positive test on the part of Pineda. I'll be honest, I don't know the details of what that was. It happens. I'm not defending it. I'm not defending using performance enhancing drugs. All I'm saying is you never know if it's a trace amount of something, or I'm just saying I don't know. So, take that what you will. But then he comes back to the UFC and he gets a solid win over Herbert Burns. Upset win. Herbert Burns was on a nice little streak there. And, Pineda, BJJ black belt, was able to reverse some positions, got him in this nasty crucifix that he couldn't get out of, and just kind of rained elbows from there until it was over. And so I had high hopes for him coming into the Cub Swanson fight. Cub was trending down, losing to Killers, but, trending down. And Pineda did not look good in that fight. I don't know what it was, but he looked like he got tired quick. After the first grappling exchange, he looked pretty gassed, and I don't know what happened because, I guess he I don't know what it is. He breathes out of his mouth, so I don't know if he's actually tired, but the cardio kind of in question, if you ask me. I just don't know why he was so tired. And then, he could have been tired in the Herb Burns fight, too. But, he was able to end that one. But, yeah, Daniel Pineda, nice little second stint here. He's been using a lot of spinning attacks recently, good and bad. Andre Fili is good at changing levels. I think he can exploit that if he wants to. But the other thing I didn't like about Pineda was once he was tired in that Cub Swanson fight, his strikes were so easy to read, and I'll just use that to transition into Andre Fili. So Andre Fili, man, he only seems to lose to killers. Lost to Bryce Mitchell last time. Bryce Mitchell's a savage, and Andre was definitely holding his own in that one. Was able to almost get up. Bryce Mitchell's almost impossible to get up from, but he was having his moments in that fight. Then he beats Charles Jourdain. Jury's still out on him, but I think he could be solid. He's kind of got Nico Price syndrome. He's a little wild, but he's definitely somebody to watch out for. Sadiq Youssef, very, very good. Shaman Rice, that's a good win. So that's the thing, Fili has good wins too. He's beaten Mowgli Benitez. He's beaten Artem Lobov, if you want to call that a good win. I mean, he always has entertaining fights. But, Shaman Rice, Miles Jury, those are good wins. And then the losses are all to good people. Fought Max Holloway way back when. And for all of Andre Fili's fights, he's only 31, or he'll be 31 on Friday. So he still has a lot of years left, you would think. And I I also want to add, since I mentioned the Holloway fight, I'm pretty sure Holloway said that Andre Fili hits the hardest out of any of the opponents he's faced. So for whatever that's worth. But, yeah, I think Andre Fili is really good. I think a lot of people do who follow the sport. And, I could easily see him going on a run, finally. And I gotta say, I definitely like Andre Fili in this fight. I just think he'll be able to outvolume him, use that reach advantage. I don't like the cardio for Pineda. It's been a while since Pineda's had a win over a high level fighter, and honestly, it's like I don't think he's ever beaten a fighter on the caliber of Fili. Whereas Fili's been fighting at an elite level for a long time. Like he hasn't been ranked in much of that time, but he's right there, and yeah, only losses to killers. I could see Pineda having the edge on the ground. I think he's just bigger, and the one little wrinkle with Fili was he was held down for a good amount of time in round 2 of the Sadiq Youssef fight, pretty much the entire time. So I could see Pineda just using his size. I'm not too worried about it, though. Fili is tried and true in the ground game. He's good at getting up. He's got good submission defense. I'm just not worried. And then from a betting perspective, Andre Fili minus 230. It's probably going to sit around there. It might go down a little bit, might go up. I think it'll go up, but I think 230, it's a great parlay piece. Don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but I'm definitely going to bet it. I think there's a couple fights on this card that, I think that minus 200 to minus 250 range, I love that for parlays. And at minus 230, I think Andre Fili is a good value there. I like it more than Moicano, though I do lean Moicano. I'm going to try to break down that fight too. But yeah, guys, the pick is Andre Fili. I'm going to have to see for decision props. I think that Andre Fili by decision could be worthwhile. Have a feeling that Vegas is gonna have that one not be too good, though. I'm thinking maybe plus 110. So, I don't like playing those if it's not that much, but that's just me. So, yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe and take it easy.